Hello, everyone. I hope everybody's having a good Saturday. Oh, I've watched so much stuff the last few days, and these cases just really get to you. But the thing that bothers me the most is this jacket. Was this jacket washed? Did TBI pick up the jacket? Because when I first looked at that picture of Summer in the back seat and seen that blood on her stomach, seen her purple fingernails and her black ears, and then realized that she Candace didn't have any tattoos, so it was clearly a filter. But then when you hear Candace say this is what's disturbing. Hello, Lisa.
And then it's like, oh, I was like, well, why did they give a sock? Was it her sock?
Be easy, little man.
Was it the sock that she wore that night, Candace?
Uh, she had her little outfit on that I bought her for school,
Uh-huh.
and like she didn't have the jacket on because she got too hot.
Oh, she's so precious. I seen that little picture
She,
with that little outfit on.
man, she's so beautiful, y'all. Y'all just don't
Yeah,
even know.
I know.
She's so beautiful, y'all. Y'all don't even know. Does that mean they've seen her lately? I don't know what Candace is trying to reference there. It's sad they have, hello, Wandering Hearts. It's sad that they have these big platforms, the Farm Channel, Jinkies. They even use Prayer Gardens, who have over 10,000 followers. But they don't ever say anything about their daughter. They don't use it to ask for her return, ask for any information, send it to law enforcement. Yeah, you're right, Lori. We may never know. And then I went back to this video that Candace did, and it made me wonder if she was moving Summer. I'm just going to play you guys this clip.
What about her? Ugh. Is she alive still, Candace? What kind of walking out? You need to go to the hospital, Candace. You need to go to the hospital. I don't know. Sorry, I can't do it. Candace, listen. Go get help. Go get help. Go get help. What have you done?
Now that bothers me. Why was she throwing up? She was out in the middle of the woods, in the middle of the night, talking to Ernie, and she's throwing up, saying, I can't do this. Then it makes me wonder, was she moving summer? That's just bothered me all night long. You know, one breath she talks like she's alive and she's seen her, but prior to that, she's in the middle of the woods, throwing up like she's smelt the most horrendous thing that she's ever smelt in her life, and it made her sick to her stomach. These parents just have, yeah, it is disturbing, Lori. No, she wasn't at home, Lisa. She was in the woods. She said she went fishing, but that's not fishing. I'll let y'all hear a little bit more of it.
It ain't COVID. COVID don't do that. What have you done? What have you done to yourself?
What?
What have you done?
All I've done was go fishing. All I've done is stay on the ground. That's all I've done.
What have you taken? What have you taken?
Nothing. Nothing.
All she's done is went fishing. I've never vomited fishing. Oh, you remember this, don't you, Marlena? Lori says I kept the smell dead in my nostrils for over a week after he was found. It was horrible. Yeah, Lori, I know exactly what you're talking about because I found my dad deceased. It's a smell you'll never forget. Just like when somebody gets burned, my stepson was burned 90% of his body. And that's a smell you'll never forget either. So was she moving something in the middle of the night? It's just got my brain thinking, you know, I'm just thinking out loud with you guys. Yeah, it is heartbreaking. 2 years we haven't heard nothing, but we have to remember it took 2 years in the Orrin and Orson case to get them evil people on trial. To hear the testimony from their own biological son about the things that they did to them little boys is heartbreaking. I just don't get it. But let's see what else she has to say to Ernie on this day back then. They tend to forget these things live forever.
Okay.
Not a fucking thing. I fucking took shit, man. It's fucking cold out here.
Okay. Why ain't you? Why are you on the river somewhere? How did I know you was by the lake?
Who the
How did I know you was by the
fuck
lake?
cares?
I can hear it in the background.
Who cares why, by the way?
Well, just listen. Listen.
Oh, excuse me.
Did you go to court Friday?
What do you guys think that she was doing in the woods? Sadly, we may be waiting decades for the answers. I hope not. I'm going to call, I didn't call Friday, but I'm going to call on Monday about the remains in Carroll County. Heartbreaking for sure. I've been listening to that trial since day one. It is so very sad. You're welcome, Frankendoll. We have to. We can't let her be forgotten. Oh, so this bothers me now because of Don's comment. Throw a body in the river and it becomes fish food. Right? Yeah. It makes you start thinking, what in the hell? What did they do? What was she doing? It's just really bothered me, so I went back to review this, and I was like, Jesus Christ, what was happening that night?
Hold on. I have not went to court yet. Court has not come
Okay.
upon me.
Okay, I thought you were supposed to win. I didn't. But anyway,
No, not yet. Oh, goddamn.
It's just crazy. Yeah, it makes you wonder if that's what she was doing. Right, Lori, that's what EquiSearch said. That they believed that they were moving her, that they didn't want people telling them where they were searching because they didn't want them to continue to move her. Yeah, it's like she can turn it on and off. Yep, Brenda, that's what it sounds like. She sounds like she's digging and gagging on the video. And then says, oh, I can't do this. Oh, you did, Alicia? Yeah, these are the things you can't forget. Just like the JSB saying that Andy was selling drugs on 110 to sedate and touch the children. You can dirty delete it, but it's still there. It lives forever on the internet. But makes you wonder why she was calling Ernie. I think she was buried by a river and then dug up and put in the river. Or a lake. That where Tim went. I've always wondered that area by Base Mountain. I need to start from the beginning. Yeah, let's see what else she says. I didn't go through this whole thing. I just got to that part so I could. Don's other comment, there's no evidence. No one will ever find any evidence. Oh yeah, there's nothing to find, he said. Yep, she did have a crush on Ernie. But did she feel safe enough for a moment to call him while this is going on? Hello, Lip-Lock. Hi, Amy. Who was she with out there? Alone? I believe so, but I'm going to email Kathy and ask her. We'll see if she knows anything about it. Andy wouldn't need to sell them anything, not to tell us everything, so that makes me think C doesn't want B to know, in my opinion. She was alone. Why would you get on a live if you're that sick? Exactly, outdoorsy live. But something might have spooked her out there, so she got on the phone, is what I'm thinking. Look, she is so gross. Brenda said she was alone. So let's hear a little bit more of what she was saying to him.
I just burp and get it out there.
I went fucking down out of the light. Wide open.
Right, get out there.
Get nothing out. I gotta go lie down.
Well, go lay down and get you some rest. You'll...
Oh, fuck. I gotta go.
Really, 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 really need your love.
Isn't that horrible? I think I put the link in the description. If not, I'll go back. But that was on Zap Girls. It's just crazy. I just want him to bring this baby home, just like all of y'all. I don't know, rumors spread around. Yeah, you remember that lip lock. Yeah, just don't sit right with me, and I don't know, I laid awake last night and it just played over and over in my mind, and I'm like, God, was she moving, that baby? And then all the shenanigans with Dawn and his N-word, they always got to put it somewhere it shouldn't be. You'd think they'd be using that platform to get answers, to get people together, maybe to go look for her if they really thought she walked off. That's why I don't believe they think she walked off. They know what happened because they were so quick to say it was an abduction. Can you understand what she's saying? Yeah, if you listen to it a few times. But it's a horrible thought, I know. I just don't understand it. I don't understand anything these parents are not doing. And then when I go back and I look at Doug's channel, what all does Hunter know? You know, if they were playing house or whatever. But you're right, Liplock, there are Letitia Stouts and Lori Daybells, and to the world, they act like these Mother Teresas, the best parents in the world. I just can't get the fish food comment out of my head since I heard it. I really think she was buried and told to put her in the water. Yeah, I believe somebody's running this show. It's not Dawn and Candace. That's my opinion. I really do believe she's been moved, possibly more than once. That's why they don't let people search. Some people complain about that, but searchers have to be qualified for a reason. Yeah, and they have the whole state to put her in, and they're around multiple states, so they could have put her anywhere, on anybody's land. There was a little girl in Brooksville who a sex offender moved across the street from the grandparents, and they took that baby out of her bed and buried her right at his back door. While everybody's out searching, she was right there the whole time. I hope Ellie and other people have eyes on them all the time. Yeah. We all noticed in the Vallow case, they pulled satellite images of the day they believe the kids were buried. So they said there was a cloud over at the time because I think he was only there 17 minutes. So they had time to bury her before the cloud coverage was removed. Yeah. These cases are strange, but what if they have satellite images that they can see what happened that day? I looked into it, but I think it was $250 to pull the satellite images from that company, but there's no guarantee that what you're going to see, because if a cloud is over top, we wouldn't see nothing. And I just don't have the money. But I'm sure law enforcement has done that, since I see they did it in the Lori Vallow Daybell case. Yep. And I think these two are going to end up being connected, Liplock. That's my opinion. You know, I don't believe in coincidences. At least I'm pretty sure they probably did. If they used it in the Lori Vallow Daybell case to try to find them kids, they may have a lot more, and we just won't know till the trial comes. And then why are they still being so hush-hush about the child that they found in Carroll County? Yeah, Amy. I heard Squirrel or somebody talk about that too. Hello, September Virgo. I heard a search group did do that, and it showed 4 people going into the woods and 3 coming out. Yeah, so somebody might have paid for that satellite image. Now my dog wants out. Hold on. I guess she don't want out. She just loves to yell at me when I'm on the computer. Oswald's another case that remains in our minds. Yeah, and why do they keep putting that off? I would pay $250 if the image covers a 20-mile radius. Well, Be the Bean, I can, I'll put the information to the company in my community post. If you want to contact them and talk to them, that's something you could do directly with them. I don't like to be involved with no money stuff going on. There's been too much of that scam and shit going on in Summer's case in the beginning that it just leaves a bad taste in your mouth. I saw a clip where some drones can see where a body is buried and how it makes regrowth of plants different. Yeah, Lisa. We have a body farm not too far from where I grew up, out in Lithia Springs, where they do all them tests to see, so they better understand what happens when a body is in the elements. My pooch just went out my door. He thinks that's where your dog is. Yeah, my dog, she's 15 years old. Somebody dumped her at my dead end, and she became mine, and I still have her 15 years later. All right, Be the Bean, I will do that. Yeah, everybody was making money and not doing a damn thing to help find Summer. That's what I don't understand. And they continue to tell me there was 8 billboards put up. And I can't find anywhere of anybody posting other than the one billboard by the church. Now, I could be wrong, but I haven't been able to find it. Do any of you guys know if billboards were put somewhere else? Because if somebody paid $8,000 or $7,000, you would think somebody on YouTube would have pictures of all the billboards, or at least more than just the digital one. Oh, I'm sorry, rumors. All right, lip lock. Well, I guess she wants out now. She's by the door. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, you only saw the one billboard. Me too. Yeah, it was a complete. You know, September Virgo, I did get in touch with Tracy, and she did email me back and said there was 8, but that's what she was told. But does anybody know where these other 7 were? We know where the one was. I just say don't donate to none of that. It's better, like, if you want to do something like Beat the Bean, go directly to the company, do it yourself. Don't use a middleman. Hello, Nana's Angels. It's just something that's always bothered me. But I say there's a special place in hell for people who like that. Lipluck said she's seen a couple pics, but never ate. So you've seen others other than the static billboard, the electronic billboard. Oh, rumors. My heart goes out to you. So yeah, with all the people, and was creators who live in Tennessee or Virginia, close to where Summer was from, I would just think we could see pictures, that's all. But yes, it will be a godsend if the TBI or FBI got satellite images like they did in the Daybell case. That would show, because I think it was clear that day that Summer went missing. Yes, but they're small and remote. Well, that's true too. It's just sad because, you know, look, in the Orrin and Orson case, Duty Ron collected money and they put up a billboard, and a lot of good people donated to it, and it stayed up for a long time. They made sure them boys' faces were seen every day. That should have been what happened with Summers. But there's always got to be somebody who screws everything up for their own greed. That's the part I won't ever get or understand. I don't understand these parents. Hello, Muscles and Mascara. I don't understand why they don't use the platforms to do something for their child. She is their child. And it seems like all of us are doing more for this child than they are to make sure she's not forgotten. Don says he's mad. Well, do something. Quit saying I work all the time. Looks like you got time for other things. And y'all heard in his video when he was on Jinkies in the background saying to somebody that they live in Arkansas. That's where their home is, in Arkansas. No, Duty Ron did not scam anybody. I do think something is about to break, and the parents' behavior is just making me feel more intense. Yeah, and if they're selling their house, that's a good amount of money if you want to run, but you're only going to run so long. Unless you go out of the country, but I don't think law enforcement's going to let that happen. You know, Lori thought she could go to Hawaii and start a new life, but they got her right on the beach. Yeah, he should be doing more. If they didn't have anything to do with it, do something. Go beat on the doors to every news station you can. I mean, that's what we would be doing. Stay on law enforcement. Well, he's mad now. We have all been mad for almost 2 years. Oh yeah, he's mad now. Yeah, all of a sudden now he's pissed off. And they're drunk. You know, they don't give a damn about them kids, in my opinion. You're still effing drinking. Both of them. They don't want someone to be found because then they would be going to prison. Right, that girl. And Don dyeing his hair, what's up with that? Yeah, things are just starting to look a little fishy on Lip Lop. Do they know that that child in Carroll County could be their daughter? Right, rumors. Don colored his hair, LOL. They brought all this upon themselves. Yeah, and they're still not doing anything for summer. Oh yeah, I was too, when he said he'd beat his ass if he didn't open that door because it was hot in there. Look at Brandy, she works, but she took the help offered, and she's still standing side by side with law enforcement, still pushing to get answers for Michael. They don't want help from the Cold Case Foundation or LE. And why? The Cold Case Foundation could put a lot of time and professional man hours into seeing what happened to Summer. You know, you could have a beef with one person, but there's a whole team there. And it makes me angry for people to say, oh, well, can you blame him for not wanting it? No, yeah, I can. I can, because I would do anything in my power to make sure somebody was helping me find my kid. Both of them dyeing their hair, I don't know if they're trying to appear different or if they think they can beat a hair follicle test. Yeah, because aren't they going to court this week? Wild behavior, name calling with those kids, horrific. Yeah, and he's teaching that little boy to say the N-word. That's lovely. Just what the world needs. People need to stop with the hate. I wouldn't leave a toad frog with either one of them for one damn second. I think they had to contact Ellie when they both started working out of state. Ellie might have asked deeper hard questions before they gave him the green light. His best friend Tim is the one bringing people in to screw the case up and deflect. Tim, idiot, started a lot of the horrible rumors. Tim is running interference. Don needs to go off on him. Yeah, Tim's a weirdo. That's why, in the beginning, just like with that billboard, why didn't they put, with tips, call 1-800-TBI-FINE? Why would you put the website so they can filter out tips? All tips should have went straight to law enforcement. No, you can't be the bean. Thank you, September Virgo. They had a hearing the 3rd, but heard it was postponed because they have no attorney. This is my first time in your chat. I would just like to say I'm praying for the lost, stolen, and missing children every day. I pray for little Summer to be alive and healthy and come home. Well, welcome, Dolly. That's what we're all praying for. Well, thank you, September Virgo. I appreciate it. But that's his best friend, he said. It's his best friend that he only met after Summer went missing, is what he says. I don't buy none of that shit. Yep, rumors, that's true. It was postponed because the judge had a family emergency. But they're still online, getting drunk, showing the world who they really are. I don't think they're going to change. They're still not trying to get the word out about Summer. All they do is spread more hate. And that's the part I don't understand. I guess we never will. Because we all want Summer found. It seems like they don't. And that's the sad part. And where are they working? They're working somewhere, but it's not Arkansas. That's where all their Carney buddies live too, is Arkansas. Supposedly heard Chicago, then heard Missouri, so no idea what state they're in. Yeah, well, I'm sure law enforcement knows where they are. No leads, no clues for all these missing children. It still makes me wonder if they know that that's maybe Summer that they located 8 months ago. Because why have we not heard a peep? Not a word, nothing. But I'll come back here Monday night and let you know what the sheriff tells me, because I'm going to call them and find out. No, in fact, they want people to move on and talk about other cases. Don said that. Yeah. That's disturbing that he wants everybody just to forget about it. Yes. September Virgo is a sweetheart. Yes, he does suck. Candace wants Kathy to take the memory box to the sheriff's department. Said she would pick it up there. Well, that's where it needs to be. That jacket needs to be tested. Law enforcement needs to take it. It doesn't break the chain of custody because it's been hid out. So they can get a warrant and go to Kathy's and get it. Now they know where it's at. It was September Virgo, Lisa. Yeah, you agree. I think Kathy already gave the box back to Candace. And if she did, she just did a disservice to Summer. That's all. She should have gave it to law enforcement and let law enforcement return it. Then they would know. Kathy should not worry about that box. She should have kept it. Yeah, I don't think she realized that the contents of that box at the time. I really don't believe that. I think Kathy has a good heart, and they're lying about Kathy still having it. I do too, be the mean. Candace can kiss my you-know-what. I bet she gave it back already. That would be horrible, because it could be the one piece of the puzzle that law enforcement could use to tie this case up. Yes, outdoorsy life. The jacket in the box looks like the jacket Summer had on in the picture with the books. And thanking Miss Chris. Yep. And so, what I would like to know is their blood on it. Ellie was contacted and apparently wasn't interested. I don't know why they wouldn't be interested unless they already know what happened, already have evidence, and are already building a case. Because you would think that would be a key. Or they're pretending not to make a big deal out of it until they get a warrant. The jacket is contaminated. Keep the box, Kathy. Not necessarily. No, it doesn't break the chain of custody because it was hidden. That's like saying that you have a gun that was used in an unaliving and it was planted at somebody else's house. It's still evidence. Candace doesn't care about anything. She couldn't even remember who made her the box. Pathetic. Yeah, and it was a pretty box, too. Somebody put their heart and soul into making that. You think they do, too, Be the Bean? There's a spot on the jacket. I showed it on my live. Oh, you can see it, Nana? I must have missed that live of yours. It is disheartening that Ellie didn't even want it. Yeah, but maybe that's what we're being told. It looks like a different jacket than the milk photo to me. Outdoorsy Life, you have to remember there was a filter on that when they did that video and picture because Candace has tattoos. What happened to the tattoos in them pictures? She didn't get them took off and then put back on. 100% it's evidence. There isn't no such thing as too much evidence. Nope. Even if the judge don't allow it in, it's a key. If there was blood on it, it wouldn't matter if it's been washed. Nope. I feel this is just another trick. I know, you just don't know what to believe as things go. Surely the jacket should be tested. Yeah, it can't hurt to be tested. Oh, you think It seems like as soon as certain things start heating up, then you see all these people come out. Just like I don't believe the JSB and Dawn fight was real because Jody was talking about it 2 days prior. And then her and Dawn get on panel and go at it. Well, really, you couldn't hardly hear nothing Dawn was saying, just what Jody was saying. They said it is the jacket. I trust nothing from those two or their buddies. Yeah, anybody in that holler or that are related, you can't. I think the Hill knows what happened to her. The part about the filter on the picture video is also crazy. Why would you do that? Because there was things they didn't want you to see. Whoever did it was hastily done because her ear is black up against the milk jug. Her fingernails are purple. There's the blood spot on her stomach and a little bit on the seatbelt, which I don't know why law enforcement didn't take that truck and do forensics on it. But maybe they did. Maybe they took swabs and we just don't know it. I think it is the jacket. However, I do not think the milk jug video was on the 15th, which is why Ellie didn't take the jacket the day they took a photo of the video. Just my opinion. Or be the bean was the jacket hid somewhere else. Did she take it off the hill that day? I don't believe the fight was real. DW and JSB, just a distraction. Just a money grab. Another money grab. You know, JSB had got to where she didn't have that many viewers, so they needed the money grab. I just never buy into these things. They pull and I'm never sorry I did because it always ends up just being a trick. I agree with Be the Bean. The milk jug video was rigged for sure. Yeah, because where are her tattoos? Did they think nobody would notice that? There's a reason TBI uses the swim hole video as last known proof alive. Right, lip lock. And we don't even know if really the video was done that day. Because you remember, law enforcement can lie. You know, Orrin and Orson disappeared way before they were ever reported missing. That video was never given to police. That's not from the 15th. Yeah, I believe when they went to WonderWorks, they met with somebody. I don't think it's the first time because that one picture with when they're at the carnival when Summer was younger, and that guy that's standing in the background, he's a registered RSO. Stop. So is that the norm for them to meet these wacky people out in public before whatever happens happens? Yeah, WonderWorks creeps me out too, lip lock. And I won't be surprised if we find out that's the true day, because she had the same clothes on at WonderWorks that she had on in the horse pond video. Summer was seen alive after the swim hole video on store cameras. TBI confirmed it with Trevor. Candace is weird. I wonder if the tree trimmer saw the reported what Summer was wearing. There's a reason Dawn said we just got her back. Yeah, all them things play over and over and over in your head. The longer this goes, the more bits and pieces you try to put together. Either way, on the date of the milk jug video, why in heck would you use a filter? Yeah, Yes, I understand if you were trying to confuse or cover up. That's the only reason. Right, and whoever did it probably thought they were pulling the wool over everybody, but it backfired. They weren't as good at it as they thought. Yes, Summer was alive before the 911 call. I just wish the rest would be made. I wish they would do something, would give in this case. Summer deserves that. If you listen to the entire live, that was taken out of context. Oh yeah, that was when Ziggy said she just got her daughter back. I can't with all the crazy stuff anymore. No, and you would think it would get better and the parents would do better. But nope. It's all just bull. Yeah, why do you play games in a missing child case? Why do you talk about everything else? You can talk about the dogs. You can talk about the N-word. You can talk about everything except their own child. A filter makes sense as to why no dates on the milk jugs. Yep. I think Candace and Summer off before the run. Still disturbs me when I see and hear the footage of Dawn beating on the refrigerator with saying, I don't know what she did. Yeah, and then saying, I got 7 alibis, and Candace has none. She's going down. Yeah, it was about Ziggy's daughter. I remember that now. Yep, stress makes people do crazy things. And Don looks like he's on the verge of snapping. I hope Summer haunts him in his sleep if he is responsible. Yes, Dolly. That's the only one who can help her now is God. There's another pic of Summer posted at 6:08. She's in the R corner in the purple dress. So how can we know when it was filmed? Yeah, that picture was uploaded. Don sure cussed Ellie and the judge. Critter clipped a tiny part to run a narrative for clicks and views. Yes, he beat that fridge. He lost it. I think it's weird that men worked late and came in at the same time. Yeah, you're talking about Don and Andy. Why is there still people still entertaining all their bullshit lies and games is what's beyond me. I don't know, and are they going to feel good to know they've been sending money? At least all of us, if they're not, and that's a big if, I will fall over dead and delete my channel if they're not guilty of doing something with Summer. But I would rather be coming on here saying I'm sorry and I'm deleting my channel than to know I may be financing them running from justice. Just saying. I mean, that would be a hard pill to swallow there, to know you're financing 2 people who could have committed the worst heinous crime to a child, and you're financing it. You may be financing them running, you're financing them drinking, you're financing most likely their drug use, in my opinion. Yeah, from the beginning, September Virgo, there are so many who have flipped and flopped back and forth. They showed you who they were in the beginning. I believed it. I still believe it. There's nothing they can do now to make me change the way I feel. They did that, all on their own. I didn't make it up. I didn't make nothing up about Jody. I used her words. She was the one online telling it. You know, just because you dirty delete it, don't mean it didn't happen. It happened. And I think I'm going to put that on the loop one night, just so people don't forget that JSB said Andy sold drugs on that hill to touch the kids. That is never going to go away. I agree. I think the fact that it took Candace 13 days to appear on the news should say plenty. Yeah. Because Brandy was out there begging from day one. They will continue to play these games as long as idiots continue to entertain their BS to make $1 off of it. I can't anymore. Summer deserves better than all this bullshit. And you're right, where's Summer? Dawn admitted Ellie accused them and still think they had something to do with it. So what part of that did the Wells supporters not hear? Well, they listened to Daisy, who I think Daisy has a good heart, but I think she's been hornswoggled. I just don't see. And then to know you let people in your house who did that, something like that to a child, and they slept in your house, broke bread at your table, I can't with that. That's why we don't finance them and we spread awareness. Share pictures, share it often, along with countless other missing, lost, or stolen. And we pray, and we pray, and we continue to pray. But I won't break bread with no suspect. I won't be talking to no suspect. I won't even give them a platform. It would have been different if they were out here trying to spread the word to get justice. But then they'll let this Jim Terry come in to look over the case. He's a joke. That guy is nothing but a joke. It just shows you what kind of people they surround themselves with and what kind of people they trust. I will say this only one time. Any adult that was ever around Summer Moon Utah Wells failed her and her brothers. Yes, ma'am. Con and Candace. Yep. Candace is running a con and Daisy is the mark. Yep, she's the mark of the month. They've weeded through them. And you're going to lower yourself to put suspects on your panel for clicks and views and money? Nope. Somewhere we have to stay with our morals and our values that we were raised with. And if you don't have any, that's on you. But it's that mighty dollar that causes these children to become missing. I'm listening to Keep the Wolves Away, and Dawn is popping in my head. He is the wolf. Good afternoon, Cotton Candy. Who, Jim Terry? That's a new one for me. Oh yeah, go White Boy Lockdown Radio. He was on there. And Dawn said he wanted him to look at the case. They have professional federal and state employees at their fingertips for help. Just saying. Yeah, but do you want them or do you want somebody who nobody's gonna give a hill of beans to? Adults separate innocent parents within an hour of arriving on scene and interrogate the mother, demanding to know what she did with her daughter. Then instantly ordered them to polygraph. Guilty. Yep, and they don't take innocent people's children either. Brandy never lost hers. No justice, no peace. Daisy either has no discernment or no integrity. Yeah, somewhere you have to ask yourself, you got to look at yourself in the mirror and say, is it worth this dollar? I never watched Daisy before, but had been aware of her. I went to her comments and told her how bad they are. She said, well, I'm going to see if they say anything, but now she's had her in her home. Yeah. Summer represents many children. Parents killing and trading their children for drugs is an epidemic. Yep. Okay, again, I may be the only one that says this. Daisy don't have a good heart. Daisy likes the attention and the damn cash that's going into her account. Yes, it's okay if you don't agree with me. No, I agree because I just don't understand how you have suspects in your house. Their children were taken. The cops clearly asked them if they sell Summer. Did y'all discuss filters on the video? Yes, Birdie's crime chat. I guess I'm just the type of person that says what everybody else is thinking. I'm not out here to make friends. I'm not out here for money. I'm out here for answers for Summer. Right. Okay, I know who you mean now. I don't really know much about him other than who he is. Thanks for clarification. She is only here for money. And YouTube don't bring, I guess if you're a big creator, you may make a lot of money. I don't know. But how about the big creators do something with that money? You know, there's so much that some of these can do if they're making a lot of money for children. She started talking this case purely for money. So right about the other children, Wes, other children removed, Brandy Neal keeps her children. Yeah, and there's a reason them children ain't been returned and had made up shit constantly for her views and clicks. Yes, Brandy is the poster child for a missing child's mother who will do anything to get answers for her kid. Right, Cotton Candy, Summer is the victim, and somewhere people keep forgetting that. Like, they don't want you to talk about Summer, they want you to talk about their foolery. People need to wake up. Daisy's not a good person at all. It's the Cash Apps and PayPals. Yeah, but I wouldn't sell my soul to the devil for the Cash App and PayPal. No. In my opinion, Daisy has no integrity because of the debacle of Rose Bly on her channel. Like some others, she doesn't properly research, claims speculation is fact, and causes confusion. Yeah, there has been a lot of that going on over there. That's when I quit watching with the Rose Bly foolery that she was alive. How horrible to do to Rose's children. Right, Regina? I wouldn't want to fall asleep around them, much less let them in my house. I think it all boils down to they tried getting pain pills that day and couldn't, only got pain shot and inflammation medicine, got mad and an accident happened. Yeah, all we can do is speculate at this point, but it don't look good to the parents. They have made themselves look just what they are, suspect. Daisy's mask fell off when she got so mad at her sister for ending the live. That was the best thing she could have done. But did she end it so, because people were saying in the chat that they were going to report it. She'd lose her channel for that. I wouldn't sell my soul to the devil for anything. Me either, be the bean. I'd rather be poor I really don't want to be poor. I like being just making my bills. But I would rather be poor. I would never sell my soul. You have to have some kind of integrity in your life. Can't believe she turned on her own sister for the Wells and the money they bring to her channel. Well, they're both fighting for that content. That content ain't worth it to me. I still like Daisy. Why am I liking her? Because there's something about her, or there's something that she shows that makes you look at her like she's innocent. They are responsible for their action and inaction. Jinkies went to school with Ernie, is what I meant above. Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, Ernie, something about Ernie don't sit right with me either. Because he lived in Beach Creek too at one time. Daisy's starting to act more like Candace and Dawn, getting mad and cussing people. Well, you can only pretend so long, no matter whether you're online or in real life. The real person comes out. Well, I'm poor and that's just fine with me. My bills are paid. That's all that matters to me. I'm right there with you, September Virgo. It has been out for a long time. Stinky is the one who brought it out. Pretty sure Dawn Can has made a pact with Daisy. Whatever she makes on them on her cash, then they split it with them as long as they're up on her panel bringing it in for them. Yeah, I don't doubt that. It's just sick. What we all want to know is where's Summer? Do something to spread awareness for Summer. If you know where she is, tell. You can't just keep on keeping on like this, because something is going to give. Law enforcement is known from the beginning. I truly believe that after watching the Orrin and Orson case. I think the kids may be talking. I think something may be going on behind the scenes, and I hope that's the case for Summer's sake. They are all from Harlan, and ES has his family in Hawkins. Wells doesn't need any children around them. She also acts like the victim as they do. How disgusting. There's only one victim in all this, and that's Summer Moon Utah Wells. And I wish that the parents would get that through their head. It's about your child. It's not about you. Nobody gives a damn about your story unless it pertains to what happened to Summer. That's what we want to know. If you want to give somebody content, tell us about Summer. You can't just tell me that she liked to twirl. There's got to be, in them 5 years, there's got to be a lot more to her than chasing the boys behind the motorcycle and being the boss of the household. Be somebody and speak about it, whoever knows. I mean, come on, she was just 5 years old, for God's sake. Exactly, September Virgo. And that's what they need to come back to. Summer. It's all about Summer. The Wells don't need a damn sea monkey at their house. When I think of Daisy, Jinkies, and the like, the word cannered comes to mind. Sorry. What about Dolly? Who, Dolly Vision? I remember Leslie saying in the CM interview how the biker group helped her when her nephew was red-rummed in her driveway. She abruptly stopped speaking. I would like to hear it unedited. Yeah, well, you know, she's a hill. She's related to them people who live in that holler. Dolly gives me the creeps and Jinky loves him. They don't know, sad to say. I agree, they knew day one with Orrin and Orson because of no footprints in the dirt. People should give Ellie more credibility. Right, because they come out balls to the walls saying, we know you sold your kid. That's Dawn's words. Dawn said that's what they said to him. So they know something that we don't know. And I'm sure they talked to them children. And it's always going to bother me for Marlene to have emailed me and asked me, don't talk about her kid because she's the victim too. What the hell does that mean? And then they were allegedly going to try to get H up to New York. So if something were ever arranged, there's a possible connection. Why isn't Ellie out giving updates and holding press conferences, asking for help locating Summer? Because they already know, in my opinion. I think they know what happened to her and are working on proving it. And I'm right there with you, Woodbury. And what I don't understand is this. Daisy is the one that reported the Wells for child abuse on the boys to TBI, and Dawn Wells can ask TBI if she did that. And if that's a lie, then Daisy lied a year ago. I was in there when she talked about doing that, and she was showing all the pictures of the children and every bruise and bump and scratch on them children. You know, it's amazing. I've seen Prince Charles get coronated as king riding in a sod gold chariot. Do you know how quickly that could remove poverty-stricken communities? People are evil and greedy. Oh, yeah. And all the money we send to Ukraine could be helping people here. People don't give a damn. That's what's wrong with the world. That's what brings a lot of evil to this world, is money. And money that you could do good with, they don't. I'm not getting my chores done. I'm going to have to turn chat off and just listen. No, my dog unplugged me. How did I get unsubscribed? Royal Blue, they do that every now and then. They'll drop 40, 50 people from the subscription. I agree, honestly. Royal Blue, it happens. I've never seen such a heartbreaking thing in my life. If that happened, there was likely a handoff somewhere other than Ben Hill. Well, they said Candace left the hill twice that day. Yeah, cotton candy, they do use God. It seems like everyone who commits a crime, just about a violent crime against children, uses God. It's real simple. You're on the victim side, or you're on the suspect side. There is no damn in between here. Yep, and the people, I have no respect for the people who just sit on the fence and totter back and forth. I see it, it's making sense. I'm not a fence sitter. You gotta pick one side or the other. And at this channel is for the victim, which is Summer Wells. It's not about the parents. It's not about Tim, even though they want everybody to speak of them. If you were to say what happened today, what would it be, in your opinion? My opinion is they went somewhere that morning. I think they handed Summer off to somebody because of Candace's statement that says, that would have never happened to Summer if I was around. So I think they passed Summer off, and then they got Summer back in that condition. and then didn't know what to do. I truly believe we will see movement in Summer's case as soon as all parental rights are removed on the Wells 3 boys. God is good, they are evil. Daisy and Jinkies and Ernie tying it together now. So I think there was a handoff that morning. They had 6 hours before they were riding home at 2:30. And then they had another 3.5 hours after that to figure out what the hell they were going to do. That's my opinion. It's all alleged. It's my speculation. I can pray that she's alive. Because when Candace said, "Oh, she's beautiful," you just don't know. Then it makes you question, could she be alive? Is she alive? Last night, Daisy said on PG that taking God's name in vain was worse than the N-word, but she doesn't know the true meaning of taking God's name in vain because that's what Don does, uses God. Yeah, and that's blasphemy. That's the worst thing you could do. That's a good one. Evil people are among us. God gave us each free will to make our choices. Some of these people have chosen wrong. They chose evil. They chose deceit, corruption, lies, deception. It's real. I'm back and forth of department or accident cover-up, in my opinion. Lies are still on Candace and have been since day one of this. My opinion is she played a big role in what happened this summer. Whoever participated in Summer's disappearance will have judgment one day. Yes, yes, yes. Can't escape that. What parent would say their child was already killed and move on? Yeah, and Dawn has said that from the beginning. She's in the basement. She's being murdered. She's being arged. You know, the most horrible things someone could say that you would not want to say about a child. I'm sorry, but I believe the 3 boys is just as much victim as Summer was. In the end, we will understand. I believe that too. I believe they've all been victims of the same thing, and I think it's all going to come out. Yeah, she recently said, "Oh, she's so beautiful," as in present tense. It was weird. Yeah, I have that clip right here. I can play it.
You definitely want your stuff back. Which Kathy said that she would leave it at the Jeff City Sheriff's Department.
Candace.
She had her little outfit on that I bought her for school,
Uh-huh.
and like she didn't have the jacket on because she got too hot.
Oh, she's so precious. I seen that little picture
She,
with that little outfit on.
man, she's so beautiful, y'all. Y'all just don't even know.
I know.
Well,
She's
you
so
definitely want
beautiful.
your stuff back. Which Kathy said that she would leave it at the Jeff City Sheriff's Department.
Yeah, it's like she's talking like, you just don't know. I just seen her the other day. Shows what kind of life and people they're around for them to talk that way. Right, and then when Don said that he's been to motels where they sold children, that's a horrifying thought in itself. And you didn't call the law, you know they're selling children there, and you didn't do nothing about it? Mm-mm. I'd be on the phone that second if I hadn't heard any such crap. Well, people need to really realize that Candace, Dawn, or Candace ever seen Summer as a child that they loved or cared for. She was just an object. That's why they don't know nothing about her. Right, that's why they can't tell us about her. thought the very first story was Candace bought the outfit. And then Candace said she bought the outfit. So which is it? They can't keep, when there's a lie, you can't keep it straight. If there were other undocumented children, then they could be passed and exchanged easily. Yep. I've wondered that. Because they don't say anything guilty parents say. Guilty parents try to say things that make them look like they aren't guilty. Exactly. Look at old Evelyn Boswell. We heard every story you could possibly imagine in that case. Well, in the milk jug, she sure did. CB said that was 3 minutes from home. So what now? It's deeply disturbing. I don't believe she was sold. It's not that I'm a fence sitter, it's that I don't have enough information. I should not be pointing my finger at another human being, innocent till proven guilty, so I stand with you all in prayer. Yeah, I just say, don't find suspects. If they're innocent, send them all the money you want to send them. But while they're suspects, keep your pocketbook closed. The females in the summer's photo look like different people, and I've said that too. I think they look different too. Something just occurred to me for the first time. What if the women's and children's Underground Railroad have summer? And that's a possibility. The picture is more clear now, the whole scene around summer. Anything that isn't in the prepared script doesn't get answered. They deflect and get mad and call the N-word. Candace Donnergren has never noticed anything at all about someone named Summer, if none of them ever looked or cared for her, in my opinion. Yeah, she was on FaceTime with Allie while everybody else was looking for her kid. What if she was rescued, not taken? I would hope that law enforcement would be aware of it by now, though. There was a TikTok video put out recently, and I think it was filmed in either March or May. Was it the milk jug video? I can't remember. Yeah, it was the milk jug. Speed limit, it takes 5 minutes from milk jug video to Ben Hill. I tested it. Who would prop their child up against a milk jug? Actually, it was a picture of Don and Candace's youngest son in a high chair with all the bruises on him. I'm reaching for straws, Liplock says. Sickening. That would never be revealed. Not sold, given over for an adoption to a church. I never thought about this, so I remember the video now. Not sold into trafficking. Hi, Jamal. Happy Saturday. If she was rescued, you can't hide her forever. No, because she'll grow up. Hopefully, we'll be able to see it in our lifetime. I wish we could see the results from the metadata. We can't, but law enforcement can. I have so many theories that would fit, and they're all horrible, and so are the wells. That stain on the jacket could be something. That's close up to the beam. That stain on her jacket has bothered me since the day I seen it. They don't behave like she is deceased. Nice to think of, but not good person would rescue would let it go on like this, not with an active Amber Alert. I've said child abuse that caused the death of Summer since day one. I still believe just the internal injuries to the head, in my opinion. Summer always had bruises on her little face. Well, I'll tell y'all something that I've never said on here. When I was 15, I was a missing person on a poster. I ran off with the 36-year-old man. My parents did everything in their power to find me. They didn't just give up. They didn't just forget about me. They spent tens of thousands of dollars to locate me. Does anyone give any thought to the alleged phone call from BK posting to someone who knew a caseworker who told of SW being injured? It still bothers me, even if it was fake. No, I don't remember that. Was that the light bulb in the box? She had to have a light. If Deli knows what happened, then they must be waiting to see movement by those involved. Me to the stain. I tested from the milk jug location to Ben Hill, then from Ben Hill to Baileytown truck stop off 81. Total time was 21 minutes the whole way. Look closely how the sleeve had been pulled past over her wrist. If she had just had her arms over her head 2 minutes before, they would have ridden up. She never moved. No, that was a proof of life picture, in my opinion. You're here now, baby. Yes, I am. I'm loving this channel because you are all for summer and only summer. I love all of y'all, Summer's Army, right here. Yes. Yes, ma'am, it's about summer, and that's what keeps getting buried in all the bullshit. I'm sure y'all are like me. You would like to know more about summer. We've had to learn through pictures, through video at the church, but not from the parent's own mouth. I could tell you a lot about Michael Monkey Vaughn because Brandy let us know the person Michael was, the kind of kid he was, what he did, what he liked. She told stories about him. We don't get that with Summer. It's the same rehearsed shit every time somebody asks them that. She liked to twirl. She loved her daddy. She was the boss. She'd knock the boys in the head. I just can't with that. Thank you, Regina. Oh, wow, says Lisa. Paid by Tim M., allegedly. Well, welcome, Regina. I'm worried about the strangest things, like that Summer could have had worms or parasites from the uncared for animals. Oh, lip lock. I didn't want my mind to go there. That's why I think this may be an underground adoption through that church. Has anybody else thought that the pictures of Summer, I know that at different ages, I understand that part. But do some of them pictures look like they could be other children, different children, not Summer? That's always bothered me when you look at them and you put them all side by side by side. They look like different noses, different eye color. I don't know if people put filters or what. Also don't think it was Candace in the truck with Candace. Nope, I don't either. Why doesn't everyone listen to Candace at what she said that one time? I'm putting Summer aside because my boys are still alive and living. What does that tell you? Y'all, Summer's no longer alive. Or Grandbun, Allie's mom or grandma, saying, those kids come here in the summer before Summer died. What does she know? Look at the seatbelt in the position. How could her arms be up and the strap in that position. Yeah, it can't be. At least I actually believe that now. Cam and Allie exposed so many twists and turns. What was her favorite book? If she was even read to. God, that's awful. Yeah, because her favorite cartoon was supposed to be Chase on the Case, and then you got old creepy Brad Wishing coming out with that thing. Can't see someone in the resurrection unless they're dead. Exactly. They need to turn up the heat on Dawn and Candace. Yeah, they infuriate me too. Yeah, you can't put your child aside. There's parents whose kids have been missing for years, decades. Their kids' room are still the way it was when they went missing. They can't move. They can't change their number. Just for that one instant that that child may come home. Sitting up, her left arm would never have been up. Candace clearly does not know how gravity works. They don't know how filters work either. There are cases of children not surviving head lice or body lice infestation for sure. That's true, and there was a guy in prison who died from the bugs eating him alive. It's disgusting. Oh, thank you, Lip Love. And thank you. That's what we're all here for, is to keep this child's case out there, because they want to fight so hard for us to shut up for some reason, right? Money's family has spoken about their child like Monkey's family. Yeah, you can identify with him. You can paint a picture in your head of Michael Vaughn, the kind of child that he was, the loving, caring child that he was. But with Summer, the picture you see is, and do they only know that because there's video of her chasing her brothers on the bike, whacking them in the head with the stick, you know, things like that. It just makes you wonder. I don't know. I agree, there are pictures of Summer that do not look like the same child. Yeah, that's all disturbed me. I think the voice sounds like Allie's mom, Sherry. My daughter passed away 2 years ago, and she's in my head, not on the side. Yeah, you can't put them on the side. How? How do you do that? Head injuries cause your arms to go straight up when you're just about to take your last breath. Look it up. Yes, agreed. Many other people are similar but different. Did they want us to think she passed, though? As in, don't look here, look over there? Yeah, that's been from the beginning. Granna's supposed to have a bad knee, so how could she maneuver so easy to take that video? Right, Crime Watch, Kenny? Because I don't think it was her. I kind of wonder if it was David Dotson in the middle, because you see that white shirt sticking out, and you notice when he took the kids to putt-putt golf, he wore a white undershirt under his other shirt. You never forget. And there was another girl in there, which I wonder if it was Marlena. Summer was alive in the Milk Jug videos. Her eyes were closed. Well, how do you explain the black ear up against the milk jug, though? You're not alive when the blood quits circulating to your ears. That's just my opinion. I wonder if Summer's head was shaved to make her look like one of her brothers. Yeah, I've often wondered that too, Lip Luck. That way they could, because, you know, Hunter says that the two oldest went to work with Dawn. So where was the littlest one? Where was the youngest? My opinion, my thoughts. Why haven't we heard from Sherry? Why didn't Nature's family rush to Ben Hill to help look for Summer? Because they knew where she was. And Sherry got her kids took away and was charged with child abuse herself. Dawn and Candace both have continuously said someone abducted her. Then why would they say, I'll see you in the resurrection? Or I gotta put her to the side because my boys are still alive. Those are two things that are key. Yeah, and law enforcement's listening to that too. I just want to know that I appreciate all that you continue to do for Summer. Well, thank you, G-Ma. I want to thank all of you who are making sure Summer's story stays alive. Because that's the whole purpose. It's for Summer and her brothers. Well, I hope they go to a good family, not a Jacqueline and Trezell family. I tried to shut my daughter's eyes and they would not close. No, yeah, that's hard. Rumors, I'm so very sorry for your loss. Some videos by JSB, she said there was a girl over there with them a long time and she didn't know where she finally went. Yeah, that was Marlena's daughter, was there till the night before supposedly Summer went missing because Marlena said she was sick, so she went and picked her up. Dawn says he made Marlena come and pick him up because he was tired of the child being dumped on them to take care of. Missing child on JD page, Summer Lamb, couldn't find anything about her. Was she real? I don't know, Dreaming's Free. Was that today or was that back when Summer went missing? When we pass away, the funeral home glues our eyes shut. What if Candace just wanted the friends to play along, just hoping they'll get it? I had a missing grandchild for 13 days. Today is my forever son, fully adopted, so I can tell you firsthand, they don't act nothing like I did. Brandy Neal does, but they don't. Yeah, one day I went looking all over for my kid. I had her dad looking for her. I thought she was lost. I thought she snuck out the house. So her dad's looking all over the neighborhood, around the block looking for her. And then he comes back and she was balled up in her bed, still sleeping. So you're frantic. September Virgo definitely agree with you. No way it was the 15th. Youngest boy head was shaved like Summer, whereas the oldest two were not. Pics from the search in the driveway. Nobody's taking Candace. She probably shoot them. Acting like, oh no, Summer's gone. My opinion is that the parents were blasted out of their minds most of the time. The boys were built-in babysitters. I wonder who it was, but I do not believe it was Candy Hair. I don't either, Lip Lock. And what if they took multiple vehicles because multiple people went to the water hole? I'm still thinking when all this is said and done, we're going to find out there was somebody with some kind of water fetish, in my opinion, involved, because it came up in JSB's video about make sure you're clean, no perfume. And then you got water where she's at the water hole. I just wonder myself. Like pit props. H. Price stayed away because he knew it wasn't true. And yes, I found my child myself. No law enforcement helped, no CPS helped me, nobody helped me. I looked 24/7 for 13 days on and 10 hours worth of sleep, but I found him on the 13th day. Yeah, you freak. TM looks like a guy from one of those compounds in Utah. Well, Poppy Red Mustang, Candace has said out loud, whether it's true or not, so I'm going to say allegedly, that he's been in and out of mental institutions. So The only way any mother can put a child to the side is because that mother is the one who put her there to begin with, and guilt causes the mothers to distance themselves. Oh yeah, like Jacqueline and Trezell. They wouldn't even let the kids play with the other children because they knew what was in store. I think her head was shaved due to lies. I've wondered that exact thing. I don't believe it was Candace in the truck either. Maybe they rode around with the youngest posing as Summer. That sounds ridiculous to type out, but good grief, who knows? Yeah, and put a dress on him or a bathing suit. It was 100% Candace in the truck taking the video, trust me. I appreciate anyone that has kept Summer's name out there. Kids that are being neglected and abused will not look like the same kid. Me too, those boys. Why did Allie use her daughter's Snapchat to call Candace? Well, Lori Vallow did the same thing. They think they could hide going through tech, but law enforcement can still pull from all that. I don't think it's a life is a good enough reason to shave a child's head, especially a girl who has to be starting school. That's abuse. And Kenny wants to know, how can you be so sure that was Candace? Remember how poor Gannon was given medication? That's how a child's eyes can be closed, whether they've had trauma or not, sadly. Could have been Allie's daughter saying no. Haven't heard anything from her except the one time of speaking to a creator. She's the only one not talking. Makes you think. Yeah, I often think of the ones that Dawn and Candace don't point out, don't mention. Don't let Candace fool y'all. She's fooled many for years. She don't fool me at all. TBI and searchers need to search every inch of Warrior State Park, like now. I think Texas they have. If that was my granddaughter, I would still be pounding the pavement. Candace is evil. I can feel it off of her. Me too, G-Ma. That's a lady that would stab you in the back. Why would Ellie give Echo Search the milk video in reference to the timeline, though it wasn't filmed that day? That still bothers me. The eyes will not close no matter what, not completely. I'm so glad I live here in the UK. I don't have to rely on Ellie. Our police are bad enough, but this bunch of jokers are the limit for me. Yeah, it's them small towns I don't like here either. Corruption runs rampant. If a woman has birthed 7 children in different states, have all of her children except the one that's missing due to neglect and child abuse, what do you think happened to the one that's missing? I'm of the option that Candace has known about every kind of abuse and kept it hush-hush all her life. You just don't talk about those things because then you might have to do something. Yeah, and look at her brother, the crimes he committed. And to think he's walking in society now. Andy never said he's seen Marlena's daughter, and he was there the night before she come up missing. Yeah, I don't trust Andy either. Yeah, maybe even Leslie in that car. Who was the woman next to Candace tweaking out on the vigil video? I don't know. Look up Rose West, abused by her own father, went on to help her husband commit multiple. I was standing over my father when he died, and his eyes was open, and I shut his eyes. Yes, often it's not what is said, it's what's not said. Right, luck. Because you want them to look over here, look over here, look over here, but don't look here. Right, bees knees, it's not going away. and we're not going to shut up about it. Candace has that I wouldn't want to run into her in a dark alley look. I would. We got concealed carry here. Could not close my daughter's eyes. They weren't slightly open, not much. It occurs because the muscles are completely relaxed. No neurological activity to close eyes postmortem unless gravity helps, or sometimes eyes closed due to extreme dryness and dehydration. Yeah, but if the child was drugged, their eyes might have already been closed. Historians now believe Charles Lindbergh himself was responsible for his baby's kidnapping and death. Charles made himself head of the search teams. Oh yeah, they always seem to insert themselves into what's going on. They gotta know what's going on. Does it remind you of somebody else in this case? They gotta know what's going on. They gotta act like they're running the show. And they're the only ones who makes any sense, which they make none at all. Huh, Tim? Just insert yourself with puppy dogs, kitty cats, horsies. Yep, flip up like an arsonist returning to the fire. And that video he did by the park, that's just a poke at us. Don't think every video he's made is not a ha-ha in plain sight shit with him. Like, I talked to Don's judge. I talked to the prosecutor. He made sure he went to the Dr. Phil's show, the behavior panel. So, he's sus to me. I believe that middle son is taught myself. The middle child always notices more than the others. Think about it. Yep, old Timmy boy. He's one of them that I just feel like all his videos, it's to say, ha ha, ha ha, here I am, ha ha. Him showing us Bays Mountain, what's the significance? I think that's where they should search. If that body in Carroll County is not Summer, I believe she's probably at Bays Mountain, probably where only the employees there can get in. Where Tim was around that baseball field and that, where he pointed at that lake. But there's also a place near where the wolves are at Bays Mountain that's a cement building that's never been completed. It looks like an underground bunker or something. I thought Allie said that she used Facebook Messenger when she talked to Candace around 11 or 12. She did. Who called CPS about the guns? That I don't know. Probably the same one who called DCF about the other stuff, somebody who really cared. I agree the suspects usually insert themselves. In my opinion, nobody has inserted herself more than JS. She's never gone on panels much till the jacket was found. Constantly deflects. And he had the audacity to say that Trevor was a suspect because he inserted himself. Bullshit, Tiny Tim. I love Trevor. He's a wonderful guy. Yep. Some folks did a frame-by-frame pic of the video where it looked like her eyes were barely open. Of course, that could have been altered too. He mentioned the wolf pack too. Yeah, dreaming's free. You know, you pick up these little things and then you see these other things. And if you could put them all together, and I think a jury would think the same thing. Bays Mountain and Laurel Run Park have a connecting hiking trail. Who said it was about guns? Don Wells, in my opinion. Y'all believe that? No, CPS was already involved after the fight Don and Candace had in October because of protection order was filed against Don. Yep, that's where TM was when he talked about throwing a carcass to the wolves and watching them devour it. Bones and all. Sick man. Yeah, like he's saying to us, ha ha ha, I'm telling y'all what happened without telling y'all what happened. He's a weirdo like that, in my opinion. Hello, I'm that bitch, Mama Bear. One 800. I'd love to hear your entire story someday. God bless you. The cat. I forgot about the cat. I did hear a while back from someone who talked to Dave Ryder from the church, and allegedly he said someone at the church did call CPS. Tim is the biggest creeper. I absolutely agree. Allie was the first to jump on YouTube unmasked. Where's Allie now? Oh, everybody's shut up now. Except Don and Candace, because they need that gravy train. Tim is as irrelevant as JSP, in my opinion. Yep, they could be, or they could be all involved. That we don't know. We can only speculate. I don't say I know the answers, but I can say personally how I feel and what I think. Definitely a deflection. Well, Jody could be doing it as a gravy train too. You know, she has that daughter to raise. Her daughter didn't get taken. In my opinion, I believe what happened is Summer did wander a little ways off probably the creek. His kids left critters. Damien seen his opportunity and snatched her. I think it was in plans. Whatever happened, I believe, was in plans because I just do. That text that Jody showed from the beginning, did you show blank the pictures? There was a whole group of them on the 14th over there when they run dogs off. Just so many things were in play that them 2 days. Why hasn't Candace ever begged for her granddaughter back? Ask yourself that now. Yep, because I believe Candace knows. That's my opinion. I just figured it out. When EchoSearch came for the first search, they didn't have the metadata back yet. RE, the milk video. Maybe. Well, law enforcement still hasn't acknowledged the milk video. Grandparents are on the news begging for the grandchildren back, even if their own kids done it. Wonder why Candace hasn't. You gotta wonder. I think the search warrant for the safe was a distraction to bug the house. Could be why they are staying away. I don't see GSP as a threat, but I do feel that way about Tim. He's got so mad, YouTubians, and that website is not for Summer. It's for the suspects. Yeah, I believe it's an advertisement for them. That's why I will not put out a picture of Summer in purple. I just won't do it. Anybody wants flyers, go to Smiley Story World. They're beautiful. They're not purple. You get away from all their effery, just in case. Did DW say they took the camera away? Yes. Candace hauled butt. She knows what happened. Yep, and she didn't want to answer questions. JSP said Andy sold drugs to children to Dawn. Said Andy had child pee pics on computer. Why didn't FBI confiscate Andy's computer? And this is my personal opinion because Andy's parents own a lot of land in Hawkins County, along with the hills, the lots, and they all pay a lot of taxes, which the county needs to run because they're broke. And in them small towns, people get away with shit they shouldn't. If you notice, all the stories that come out there, drugs, child pee, all come from outside agencies. Outside agencies are the ones who then contact Hawkins County to let them know. And then they do something about it because they can't overlook it at that point. But you notice none of the drug people say that when they arrest all these drug dealers, there's never no money. Grinders was out of her mind. Grandis on something came to the slide. But Dawn said either she done it or one of the boys done it. And that's why he's protecting them so much. Dawn covered up what he thought. They done. Why did CW fold and save the clothes? She sold the toys. Yeah, I don't know. I don't believe JS did anything but help cover up, because who's better to protect but your tiny human, hence why he's safe in the military. Who's safe when people shooting at you? Selling the toys was weird. I kept everything. Most parents do. They keep their room just like it was. They don't get rid of the clothes. They don't get rid of the toys. They hold on to everything. They don't move. They don't change their phone numbers. According to JLR, they're under surveillance in Arkansas, allegedly. It might be why Dawn is panicking and lashing out. There was a raid, but recently, and Dawn locked his door. Dawn's words. Yeah, well, he said on Jinky's channel that their home is in Arkansas. Yep, she sold her baby's toys very quick. Selling the toys is a red flag. I never thought about that. No money with the dope up here. Sheriff shows pics of dope and cash, and there's always a lot. Right, look like you don't know no drug dealers who move big amounts of dope to not have lots of cash on them. Kind of weird, but go back and look through the files and read the stories, and never drugs, guns, but no cash. What do they use? Cash App now? PayPal? Venmo? Is that what drug dealers have went back to? I doubt it. It's always been a cash system. He is a weirdo, Tim. She knew Summer wasn't coming back. That's what I think. Oh, I guarantee that they're being watched. They're not going to outrun the FBI. Yeah. But people are funding them, so they can run a little bit and survive. But they won't get too far. I have the same thought since the boys' clothes were taken into evidence along with things Don has said about his boys, allegedly. H is alone when Summer at the milk store. H props Summer on the milk jugs. And how do we know them, the clothes they took that were children's clothes weren't props for other things? They write checks. Oh, yeah, so you can really track them down. Look. Candace sold Summer's toys she got for her birthday in February 2020, November 2020 at the churchyard sale. Yeah, that was heartbreaking. Well, they said they had groceries too, just saying. Yeah, and them stories don't match. One said they got a few things, and then the other says they were there like 20 minutes getting groceries. It can't be both. Timmy is weird creepy in that video where he's talking about doing something to that kid, and if his mom wasn't distracted, he would have got slapped. You know, Candace knows. Milk and cheese. But it took all of them to carry milk and cheese and separate. What did they have to give? Half the cheese to Candace and pour half the milk in a container for Candace to split their groceries up. I mean, I don't know how stupid they think everybody is. Allie said Summer was asleep. Candace says Summer was awake when dropping a job. Well, thank you, Doug. And thank you, because you're on every night talking about her. If we don't do it, who's going to? What it is they just have so many trash and weird people around them that we look at them, but honestly, none of them are involved with why Summer come up missing. They're just weird and strange. Right. But that's why it was the perfect storm. Look at all the creepers. Look at all the suspects. That's why law enforcement, I believe, is taking their time, because they've got to put it together where they can. A good defense attorney could turn all them suspects into reasonable doubt. That's what we don't want. Interesting, the TBI came out and asked the public to please call if anyone saw Summer on June 15th, any time of day. No thanks. Send you a heart, lip block. I don't think placing blame on the kids is a good thing. I'm not telling anyone else what to say, but I think that Dawn and Candace just threw out a few backhanded slurs to imply that. Yep. But, they're not going to, while they're pointing at everybody else, they got 3 fingers pointing right back at them. That's why they point at everybody else. Because they want people to look somewhere else, not back at them. No discovering the truth. I haven't called. More like Summer came up dead or missing shortly after the milk store, according to H statement. Yeah, because why would Hunter's grandmother say before Summer died? Those kids came here in the summer before Summer died. That's just not something you say unless you know somebody's dead. She didn't say before Summer went missing. She said before Summer died. None of them boys had anything to do with Summer. Yeah, and I wish people would not put that on the boys. Them boys are going to have enough to go through the rest of their life. Why didn't they search AH's property if she was allegedly last there? That I don't know. Why would Don Wells be so worried about the Canon camera that he couldn't find what was really on that camera, Don? I'm sure the FBI knows what's on there. I agree. I think it was probably questionable and possibly not 100 verifiable. Even their own boys who they clearly don't care about. Well, yeah, let's put it on the juveniles. Let's ruin their lives for something we did. We drug H into it. So why not throw our boys right on top of the pie? And throw in Jody Sue's son too. That I don't get. It starts with the mother. We know her and Candace were the last ones that law enforcement says was with Summer. Stacy B says, hey, Doug. Regina says, hi, Doug. All right, you guys, I'm going to have to get off here. We've been on 2 hours. We'll see what kind of effery they bring on the YouTube channel tonight. Be nice if they were listening to this and could come on here and give us a story about Summer. There's got to be funny things, cute things about Summer that they remember. Even the leaked evidence wants somebody to think that, leading. If one of the boys did it, none of us would be here. Nope. You too, Jamal. Have a great night. A But the FBI knows everything. That was really that Canon camera and those SD cards, also Don Wells. But, you know, some of them SD cards were at Kathy's too. I haven't heard them accuse their boys or Damien, but I seem to miss a lot. Yeah, because they jump from panel to panel anywhere somebody will let them pop up. Really, that's the story, but Ellie never said Don wasn't home. Despicable Wells. Thank you for the live. Have a great evening, everyone. Thank you, Cotton Candy. Justice for summer, no justice, no peace. You're welcome. All we can do, keep praying that today's the day. Each day we can pray today's the day. Yep, lock them up. You're welcome. Thank you, Amy. All right, you guys. Go check out No Thanks. I'm sure you'll have a good show tonight. He always brings out some interesting facts about this case. Yep. God's time is always better than ours, people, and things need to be exposed first. Goodbye, everybody. Until next time.